So following that timeline of Jesus' last days, he was taken from the Garden of Gethsemane, and then comes the trial, the denial, and we read about that in the book of John chapter 18. Jen, would you read that for us?
Yeah, verses 25 through 27. Meanwhile, as Simon Peter was standing by the fire warming himself, they asked him again, "You're not one of his disciples, are you?" He denied it, saying, "No, I am not." But one of the household slaves of the high priest, a relative of the man whose ear Peter had cut off, asked, "Didn't I see you out there in the olive grove with Jesus?" Again, Peter denied it, and immediately a rooster crowed.
While we were in Jerusalem, we actually were able to do a tour of the high priest's, Caiaphas's house, and underneath is it's called the pit, and it is the jail cell where people were held. And while I was down there, they asked me to read Psalm 88. And while I've read this psalm before, it didn't make near as much meaning to me then as it does now. Psalm 88. Jesus would have known this psalm. Lord, you are the God who saves me. Day and night I cry out to you. May my prayer come before you. Turn your ear to my cry. I am overwhelmed with troubles, and my life draws near to death. I am counted among those who go down to the pit. I am like one without strength. I am set apart with the dead, like the slain who lie in the grave, whom you remember no more, who are cut off from your care. You have put me in the lowest pit, in the darkest depths. Your wrath lies heavily on me. As Jesus was taking upon his back the wrath of God for all the sin of all mankind. You have overwhelmed me with all your waves. Listen to verse 8. You have taken from me my closest friends and have made me repulsive to them. Jesus, I can see him reciting this as Peter, his closest friend, is denying him. What a powerful moment while we were in Jerusalem to see the actual courtyard, to see the steps where Jesus was led after the denial. Very.
I'm always struck with Peter and how he is so extreme. It seems like there's no middle ground for him.
Right.
It's all or nothing. And right now he's in the nothing.
Right.
I don't know him. And yet Jesus already knew that this would happen, that he would deny him. And when I think about Peter and the weight that he must have carried after this moment. Wow, I can't imagine what that would have felt like. That kind of denial for someone that he was watching be led to their death.
In one of the passages, it says their eyes locked.
Yeah.
And then it goes on to say, and Peter went out and wept bitterly. I think all of us at some point in our life has had that same moment of decision, and we've denied. I don't know that any of us are not in some way a denier. And yet that denial played a part in Peter's redemption in the end.
Yeah. I wonder when it says they locked eyes and he wept bitterly. I wonder, I've always seen it as, wow, he's sorry that he betrayed Jesus, but I also wonder if that's the moment when he realized, okay, there's nothing I can do. This is going to happen exactly as Jesus said. And it hit him that we're not going to overthrow the Romans. We're not going to have this Messiah that's going to set things right here, right now. I've got a guy that I've followed for 3.5 years that's going to die. And the death of a dream, the death of the hope of an easier life, on top of this weight of, and I've just denied the guy that I've spent my life following for the last 3 years. Just immense.
It took place in the middle of the night, which is so appropriate because it is often the night seasons that can become great turning points for us if we will allow them to be so. Because for Judas, who was also riddled with guilt in the night season, he chose a completely different path. So, in spite of Peter's denial, he is still a great example to us that we still got to keep moving forward. God is a God of forgiveness. And even in our darkest hours, there's still hope.
That's good.